So in this tutorial we're going to have a quick look at how we get the pictures from a camera into MovieMaker. So you plug the memory card in and we get the autoplay wizard and we select import pictures. Now the wizard starts and it gives us an option to tag these pictures. This is very useful. We're going to give it a folder and then we're going to say import. Now some of these steps you'll see skip a little bit just because it can take a few minutes to get all of the pictures in. The other thing we're going to make sure we do is say erase after importing, so that once we have imported those pictures they're wiped off the card, which makes it much easier for someone to use the camera next and they don't have to input your pictures as well, and it means if you use the camera again you're only having fresh pictures being added. Now while we're doing this I'm just going to quickly go to MovieMaker and we're just going to make sure that I've got my options set correctly. Remember, we did this in the first video. We made sure by going to Tools and Options that we had set this picture duration to be that 0.125. Okay, so my pictures are now imported and are just being erased. And I go back to MovieMaker. But first I'm just going to show you where they've been put. By using that import, it's actually placed them inside my pictures folder, and the folder that's been created is one that combines a date and the name you gave it when you tagged them. And you can see there all the photos are inside that folder. So I go inside MovieMaker and I want to go to import pictures because it's not from a digital camera anymore. I've now got them in my documents, and I just scroll to the folder, select all of the pictures in that folder by dragging a large selection box, and then select import. And MovieMaker will then import your pictures one at a time, and again we're going to skip a few steps here just to get everything in, and all your pictures will appear in the middle of the screen. Now what we need to do is get those pictures into the timeline, so I'm just going to select them all again, another selection box, take all of the pictures and I'm going to drag them down onto my timeline and it will import all of them. And you see it looks really small, but that's because each one is only set to be 1/8 of a second, so we can expand it out so we can see each of the individual pictures is there. And if we go to the preview window we can play and it will take us through those photos. Now don't worry too much if your animation looks a bit slower in this window, that's just MovieMaker not being able to process everything properly.